Okay, what's going on everyone? MCOC Doc here, and today I want to talk about the champion. So I've been trying to do this video for about 2 months now, just in and out of various quests with the champion, trying to see whether or not he can be an offensive champion. As many of you probably already know by now, the champion is a killer on defense. Many people have problems with him on Alliance Board defense. He does have some very strong pretty hard counters like Voodoo and Sorcerer Supreme, but the question remains, can he be good on offense? If your alliance made you rank up your 5-star Duke to R5, throw him on that boss node, can you use him when he's not on defense? So today I'm going to show some questing gameplay and that kind of stuff to show you whether or not that's true, and kind of spoiler alert a little bit, yes and no. He is, in fact, incredibly weak in terms of damage. His critical rating and just really shows this at only 16%, 190 damage rating as well as below, but his critical rating is incredibly low. However, he does have very high health pool. He can last very long amount of time. I am running 3 out of 3 glass cannons. That's why it's slightly lowered, only 1600 instead of 16k instead of 17k base. You saw the base right there. So yeah, let's get into his actual abilities. They are relatively simple when broken down. So Primal Fury is basically when he has his Fury Bus active, which happens every certain amount of time, then you're going to be increasing the potency of armor break, and when he has 2 or more Fury Buffs, he's going to become unstoppable during that time as well. So this is what makes him a pain in the ass defender, because when he gets those 2 or more Fury Buffs, he's going to become unstoppable for 5 seconds. So in the same 5-second window the others Fury Buffs, going to be unstoppable to all basic attacks. The important thing to note there is basic attacks, because special attacks can still rip right through him. When attacking or defending on the final node of the quest, again, why he's a good Alliance Core defender, especially as the boss, for every active Fury and while his unstoppable buff is active, same thing during that Primal Fury phase, he regenerates just under 0.9% of the damage taken this fight per second, excluding the amount that's already been regenerated. Maximum of 5%. So it's not per second, that's by the way. So it does every other tick. It doesn't do per tick. It's kind of a little bit weird, and you'll see in the very last gameplay that I have you today, and it's pretty good. You can heal up quite a bit, and that's only 5% per Primal Fury phase, mind you, on top of the regen that the SP1 gives you already. So it's not really that bad regen. I have an insanely low sig ability on him. I have not duped him. I awakened and sigged him up to where he is. During this Primal Fury phase, again, when he is regenerating, he's immune to Fate Seal, Heal Block, Petrify, in anything that modifies regeneration other than poison. Another reason why Dr. Voodoo is great. So you can still, I believe, stagger away those regens. So if you have the stagger before, you can get rid of those Furies, and that will even remove his persistent charges. So persistent charge, he can gain up to 5. He was recently glitched, and that's what kind of caught. Not only being able to not make it through a quest, but also that glitch caused me to not make this video. So I'm a lot later on this video than I wanted to be. But he can have up to 5. He was glitched to have up to like 10 or something like that. So that was really strong at that point. He would be really good if he could get a couple more charges. So I'll talk about that in a second. And this is every 13 seconds. He gains 1% charge, and he activates Fury buffs. And this is what enters him into that Primal Fury phase. So every 13 seconds he's going to be entering that with as many Fury buffs as he has persistent charges. And each of them give him a 50% attack rating for 4.2 seconds. Not a long time. And he really needs those Fury buffs to last as long as possible to do as much damage. One charge is lost for every 20 hits of the opponent combo, and when the opponent uses Nullify, like I said, to remove any of his Fury buffs. So Dr. Voodoo's SP1 is great against him. You can just nullify all of them at the same time, put on poisons, and you're just dealing so much damage to him. Champion of the Universe is very interesting. So when he's fighting against one of those contest-grade spiders, and I'll list them off in a second, he gains persistent charges just under 30% faster and increases the duration and accuracy of all his buffs, including his Fury buffs, so increasing them by 25%. Ability accuracy doesn't matter too much, because he pretty much it's pretty much a yes or no with his abilities, with his Furies, and Unstoppable, and that kind of stuff, but the duration can help a little bit. That's an extra second on your Fury buffs, 1.05 seconds, I think. And these greatest fighters are Star-Lord, Stark, Corvus, Hyperion, Iceman, Archangel, Blade, Gwenpool, Void, Hulk Ragnarok, Magic, and Ghost Rider. So 2 for every class. He's going to get this Champion of the Universe buff against. And the biggest thing is those precision charges faster, and the ability and the duration of the Furies as well. So that's, I think they gains him about 10 seconds then with minus 30%, and yeah, like I said, 5.25 second duration on the Furies. And that's without any synergies as well. I believe a synergy thing, he gets a increased Fury duration as well. Alright, when attacking or defending, final node, he gets increased armor and block penetration. Light attacks and medium attacks, this is where his utility lies. So when you can intercept with a medium attack, then you place an armor break on them if you have 3 or more percent charges. If you intercept with a light attack, then you will gain a true accuracy for 7 seconds. This is his best utility that he has. So after 26 seconds, you are able to true strike consistently, assuming you don't lose those charges by using either of the specials. And this is great because true accuracy isn't true strike, so you're not going to be avoiding armor and that kind of stuff. But you do ignore auto block and all evade effects. This is the biggest thing that there is. So enemies like Medusa, you're going to have that ignoring auto block, and you're going to be able to hit through them a lot faster. 7 seconds isn't that long, but because it's by intercepting, it's a lot easier. Intercepting with a light attack can be kind of difficult, but it's very doable. Alright, his specials are how he spends his persistent charges. And this is also where one of the issues is in him, because when you spend those charges, you're no longer allowed to use this utility of True Strike and Armor Break. His SP1 with 4 or more, he will activate a regeneration buff, healing, I think that's just under 700 health, so not that much over 3 seconds, but it is consistent. His special one is 5 hits, and comboed with a synergy, that means you're a quarter of the way already to another persistent charge, so that's pretty helpful. I do use the SP1 a lot because you're only going to be spending 1 persistent charge, and if you have 4 or more, if you get down to 3, you can still activate both of your utilities. Special attack 2, probably my least favorite to use, but it is really powerful. You spend 2 persistent charges, so quite a lot. If you're at max, you're going to go down to 3. So 5 to 3 there. It's kind of hard. If you're only at 4, then you're out of that range of inflicting armor breaks. But you're going to be granting 8,000 critical rating, so you're pretty much guaranteed the crits, and you're going to do a lot of damage there. Finally, so SP3, you're going to spend 2 charges again, and you're going to activate a Fury buff, granting a minimal attack rating. It's tiny, only a 192. That's nothing. It's for 10 seconds, but doesn't really help. It does count towards his Primal Fury signature ability, so say if you only had 1 persistent charge, then you'd actually gain the Unstoppable, but it really isn't helpful. I'd say never use SP3 if you're trying to use offense. Really quickly, synergies. He does have some pretty interesting ones. Tough brawlers with Luke Cage. Champion is unstoppable when using a light and medium attack. This is great if you're trying to land those intercepts and you're not super confident on them. It could really help you get that true strike. Persistent Force, when he has 3 or more persistent charges, he starts the fight with an indestructible buff, ignoring all damage for 8 seconds. 8 seconds is a good window, and this is, in my opinion, a very helpful synergy for questing. because that indestructible, if you start really low on health, you're going to be ignoring all incoming damage for 8 seconds at the very beginning. So you have just enough time to get to your SP1, and then you can start your regen. So that'll be really helpful if you start low, and you can just you get a little bit of regen. You can regen like 5-10%, pretty easily with him. Finally, with Thor Ragnarok, this is the one I was talking about. This is the most helpful. Gain a persistent charge for every 20 hits in his combo meter. It also turns Thor Ragnarok into mini Star-Lord, so this is great for both of them. You're going to get persistent charges more consistently with Champion, or you're able to control when you get them as well. It's a lot better. Finally, I have not had a chance to try out this one. David and Goliath with Aegon. I have no Aegon at all, so I haven't actually had a chance to try this, but Champion gets 20% attack rating when fighting smaller champions. This seems really good. Champion is listed as a large champion, so small and medium, which is, I think, every female champion except for like She-Hulk and Domino are small. Domino's a medium too, so you're going to be able to shred through any of them. Say like a Wasp or something like that. You get the True Strike, you get that attack rating, you're going to be able to just rip right through her. So you have about more than half the champions in the game listed as small or medium. And then for Aegon, it's helpful too as well. I think the last one was just the Mephisto one, which is helpful because Mephisto's also up here, so you just activate them both at the same time. But it's not an interesting synergy at all. So, alright, let's hop into some gameplay. Okay, so I've got the normal collection of gameplay here. We're going to start off with some just regular duels here to show off what it takes to ramp him up, really, because it does take a lot. On top of the 13 seconds, having the combo meter synergy really helps, because otherwise you see I'm at 25 hits. We've done a little bit of damage so far. Not too much, though, at all for a 4-star fighting a maxed 5-star. Finally up to 2% charges, now we're getting that unstoppable, so we have a little bit of room there. Got the true accuracy by accident there, actually. But we landed on purpose there. Just trying to... we're basically just trying to do this as fast as possible. That was my first mistake. I did use that. I did get a 3k out of it at the very end, but because I used it before, it'll still take up persistent charges even without the Furies active. So I lost 2 charges, then activated the Furies. I should have just been spamming the SP1 like I do for most of the other fights here. This is just, in general, an awful example of any champion. However, this is about what you can expect from the first fight of the champion in general. Here's another duel against Cap Infinity War. We're going to get a lot of glancing hits here, but this is definitely a better example of him in a good light. Despite all the reduced damage of the glancing hits, I do get up to SP2 here, but instead I decide to hold on to it, so I'm not going to lose any charges, and I'm going to go for the SP3 once I have a lot more charges. This really doesn't hurt my damage at all. His specials really don't do a lot of damage unless you have your Furies active and a lot of Furies. His attack is really low. With 500 being 50%, so he has just over 1,000, and that's with me running, like I said, 3 out of 3 glass cannon. Again, 57 hits. I do use an SP3 here and just kind of show it off, see if it would kill. I've got 3 active Furies. You can see I do lose both of them at the very beginning, but because the Furies are active, they're still going to be active coming out of this. Not awful damage, but compared to everyone else it is. I land a quick 1k there, and I'm landing 6,000 crits. 600 crits. That's abysmal. 69, nice. Not really. That's really bad. Okay, so we'll try it one last time with class advantage here. Same thing, we have Champion of the Universe active, but we have no synergies. We have not had that prior ramp up. We are going to try and focus, once we get those 2 charges, we're going to try and get that true accuracy on him to stop his evading. I do end up attacking to his SP1 really early there, a couple times. A little bit of lag there, it's my fault. This might be the wrong gameplay that I wanted to show. That's fine. Just a little bit of lag. Should be back now. I got the true accuracy once there, but not too good. However, with class advantage, it's a little better. 32 hits. Okay. This is the questing team I'm going to use now to go into an actual quest. Going after Cull Obsidian. I've done this quest a couple times, same path. So we have Tough Brawlers active, Persistent Force active, Thor Ragnarok one. That's going to be the best. Getting a charge every 20 hits for a combo is going to be the best. In addition to that, we have both of the Heroes for Hire synergies active on Luke Cage and on Iron Fist. So that's 170, I think, extra block efficiency and physical resist. So we're going to take a lot less damage from our blocking, which is good because of his large health pool already. Okay. Captain America first. This is going to be a very slow fight, but once you get this first fight out of the way, you're really going to see, okay, he's not too bad at questing. 20 hits, we get that first charge, and immediately we get the second charge. Like I said, that Thor Ragnarok synergy really helps us out a lot there. Willpower, making sure we keep at full health. We are still getting some crits here, so it's not too bad. Up to 3 charges, and I believe we smashed an SP2 there. 2k, 2k, 2k. Missed the last one. It does 900 damage without the crit and without any Furies. That is the absolute worst damage I have ever seen on any champion in this game. But he gets a 2k once that Fury's up. He really relies on those Furies. 53 hits is awful. Okay, 3 charges now. Daredevil time. Let's see what we can do. Land a quick armor break. You can see the indestructible activates. I do activate true accuracy there. I don't really need it, but alright, so we're at almost just under 20 hits, so we're going to get 1 charge from that, and we're going to get 1 charge there. SP2 hits for 3 just under 4s, hit him with an AK, boom, done, 28 hits. Same amount of health, no class advantage, both of them, and he just absolutely shreds through him. Absolutely the best example I have of the champion here. That was just insane. He is an insanely big burst damage champion, but if you miss that burst opportunity, it's such a short opportunity. If you miss it, you're gonna lose out on a lot. Right there, we hit really good once he's in that Fury phase, and once you're out of it, he really just isn't doing as much as possible. I think the Thing synergy is really helpful from. Got a 3k medium there. That's really good. It really is. When he's critting and when he has those Furies, he is really good. But the ramp up that it takes is just really bad. It's some of the worst that I've seen. It's almost not worth it, to be honest, unless you already have this guy ranked up. This is a great opportunity. So I miss a lot of the opportunity there for the Furies in the SP1. So I'm hitting for 200s on a special. Come on. His damage is quite possibly the worst that I've seen, but the second I enter into that 5 Fury thing, I'm hitting for 1400s in there. Yeah, Black Bolt, this isn't a bad fight, but at the same time it's not a good one either. End up just about the same amount of hits that it took for us to get down Captain America at the very beginning, but we had the ramp up this time. So it really is all about landing those specials, specifically the SP2, within that time. You can see that Unstoppable Activator from the Luke Cage synergy there, because I was dashing in. So he would have intercepted me otherwise. Some pretty good heals there, 120 per tick, and then we got the 5 Furies activating. We're doing a lot then. I think I try to hit the SP2 in the Fury stage here. The thing to note though is he does lose the charge at the very beginning, so even if you kill with the SP2, you're going to still be losing those charges. I landed most of the hits in there, which was pretty good. I did not get the extra charge actually for ending on 40 hits, but I did hit most of the hits there within that Fury phase. So. But once he got out of that Fury phase, it was just no damage. 2k critical, really, really generally some of the worst that I've seen. Um, and I ranked him up on purpose to kind of just see what he could do, and this was my response. This was the answer that I got. 3Ks there, got a pretty good SP2. I believe it's the second to last fight, and then the fight against Call Obsidian is going to act like my Realm of Legends fight for this video, because I'm not going to go through a full Realm of Legends fight, because you can see the damage he's doing. It will literally take me forever. Rolk's physical resistance is now very high. We got lucky with that unstoppable. I think we tried to intercept an SP2 again, which is pretty nice to hit, and we get a couple just under 4Ks, and that lasted, I think, would have been in the Fury phase as well, so it would have hit for like 7 or something like that, and that's good. Okay, Cull Obsidian now. Buckle in, this is going to be a long fight. Yes, I am fighting against the last fight of the quest, so I am going to get that. I do get increased armor, block, penetration as well, in addition to the extra regeneration when I'm using my SP1, which you'll see in a second here. Some pretty good hits there, and we're healing up 120 per tick. I think every time after that it starts to actually show up. You'll see anywhere from like 28, right, 28, 27 there, up to about like 50, 60, maybe up. I think I hit 250 healing per tick with that SP1 extra regen, or the Fury phase extra regen, just because I get hit here at some point. But we're already up to 50 hits, and he's down a quarter health. This is actually taking forever. Healing 80, 90 there, in addition to the 120 again. And we're at a pretty good health here. We're still at 95%. We're taking a lot through our block, but because of Champion's Regen, I'm allowed to heal that up. You saw I just healed up for about 100 there during that phase, which is not bad. It's pretty much, at this point, it's rinse and repeat. It's just during that 3K, I'm just not able to put out enough damage unless I have my SP2 ready to go. And I'm pretty much spamming the SP1 to try and keep up healing. I believe pretty soon I get tagged as well. Yeah, right there, I get smacked by the SP2 or SP1, and I got really lucky that the second hit just didn't connect. So now, during the Fury phases, we're healing 300. So we're gonna heal that back up pretty quickly. You can see it's not every tick because one tick. So every time you see the regen on, say, the SP1, that's every half a second actually. So again, during this, now we're doing 250, 100, 120 at the same time, and we're already back up to 93. So now we're pretty much gonna survive pretty easily. Like I said, it's pretty boring at this point. Still healing a pretty good amount on that Fury phase, but I think nope. Intercept the SP1 again. I wish I'd hit an SP2 at some point here just to see what it could have done. I think I might later on in the fight, and it just doesn't do anything to him. It's just taking forever. I get the stagger on me, I think, from intercepting him. Just trying to get that Fury, but it doesn't take away any of the Fury, so I'm not sure what's up with that. Oh, I think it's a Fate Seal, which he's immune to. I missed the SP2 timing there. That's when I used it, and I lost 2 of my charges. Yeah, I'm just gonna take this time to kind of start wrapping up my thoughts about Champion. He really is. He really isn't very good. He really isn't. I haven't really made a video on a Champion that's not good yet, so I definitely wanted to at some point. So this will count as that, I guess. He just really needs that longer Fury phase. I'm sure if you tried comboing him with maybe the Black Bolt synergy or something like that, he might be able to do a little bit, but we get the SP2, but not even during the Fury phase, we're hitting 200. It's just really bad. But yeah, that's the Champion. If your alliance made him rank you up, I'm sorry. Hopefully you can find a good use for him, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how to use the Champion. Thanks for watching.